Welcome everybody back to We Are Elevated Mindcast. I am AJ.
I'm Nick. How's it going, everyone?
Thank you all for joining us. We are very excited. This is episode 8. And before we jump into it, my boy Nick would like to give some shout outs to some of our people out there.
How's it going, everyone? My tóxicas, tóxicos. How's it going? My sconcas, my gordos and gordas, my operadas, and the not so good operadas. The one with the bigger chick in the other, you know, or the legs don't match the butt.
Oh.
The sucias, the sucios.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we missing?
Cochinas.
The cochinas and cochinos, baby.
Oh, you are.
My 30, 40, 50-year-old people that have kids and still living with their parents. How's it going? Welcome.
Welcome.
To the gym rats. They started the gym this year. And now on their couches, listening to us eating chips. How's it going? To my gym rats. To my nalgones and nalgonas. How's it going? To my fortunate desnalgados and desnalgones. Apologize. How's it going, everyone? AJ, what is the topic of the day today?
All right, guys. So I'm sure a lot of us, as you can tell by the music that playing in the background, we are going to talk about what life was like growing up in a Latino family.
Man.
So there's a lot of stories as a child I can remember what life was like with my mom and my dad, and I know Nick, same thing. Oh man, where do we begin? So
it's gonna be an hour episode, dude.
So hopefully a lot of our Hispanic Latino community out there, I know a lot of you guys have plenty of stories of how our moms can be, how our dads can be. They're both different in my eyes. I got stories for days about what I remember as a kid growing up. I mean, what's something that sticks out to you, man? Like how far back we talking? Like what age?
When I was probably like around 6, 8.
Yeah, that's like elementary was like
yeah.
Where my memories started kicking in. The traditional weekends and weeks.
Cleaning with loud music.
Oh, man.
Early morning, like at 7 o'clock in the morning.
All right, so we're going to have to break this up because there's a lot to talk about. So let's start off with what I kind of want to get into it. I want to talk about what life was like. I know we had Monday through Friday school, but what life was like on the weekends as a kid. I mean, what did that look like to you?
All day, baby.
BBB. All right, welcome back. Okay.
We had some technical difficulties.
Okay, so Hispanic community, man. So in the Mexican household. So Monday through Friday, I know that we
school.
Monday through Friday we had school. So what did that look like to you? I know Monday through Friday we had school in elementary. What did the weekends look like for you?
My dad did not care. He didn't believe in resting. Especially during the summer, I hated it. Even now, I hate the summers, man. I'm trying to see if I could move out to the Bay Area, but the summers were brutal.
I mean, what did it look like? Like, how did it look like from the time the sun came up?
I remember, my dad's an early bird. By 6 o'clock, he's up making his coffee. I remember him. I don't know why he would do this during the summertime, man. Like, I hate it. Like, I think he just had a plan to piss me off. Anyhow, I remember, he used to call me cabezón.
Yeah.
So I was like, levántate. I'm like, what? Like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Goes, oh, come help me. I go, help you on what? My weekend, my rest day. Goes, oh, I keep my rest. I go, God dang it, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up, dude, and wanted to watch cartoons, you know, like any other kid at the time. No cartoons until I did whatever chores he wanted me to do.
Did you at least eat breakfast?
Yeah, eventually when my mom got up, but not right there and then, dude.
Man.
It just, man, dude, especially summer times.
That's like the most memories you have of the summer?
The summer. That's why, even to this day, like I said, I'm over the summer out here, dude. I'm trying to move somewhere cooler. I mean, I'm hoping to move to the Bay Area soon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those weekends, waking up early, helping them, because we used to have chickens.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad used to have the chickens in the backyard, and we used to feed them early in the morning. And then after that, we would just wait on my mom having breakfast and music all loud, los temerarios, los Grupo Brindis, Mando Mexicano, all the music, all those bookies, all that throughout the house. And that was my mornings, man.
Oh, the childhood?
My childhood mornings. And
so that's Saturday and Sunday too?
Sundays, he would kind of lay off a little bit, but still.
Yeah.
He would always say, there's always something to do here. I go, damn it.
Get a break.
Yeah, I know. And I remember times that I would be done doing my chores. And then my uncle comes. Hey, I want you to go help me do some stuff. God, I'll go with him too. I didn't mind it, but like, man, I was just all in my head. Like, am I going to be doing this for the rest of my life? Because it was brutal, man.
Did you work in the fields as a kid? Like, your mom
you know
and dad
what? I
that?
wanted to, but my dad, he kind of stopped me from that.
Oh, okay.
But he told me, if you can't even clean up the backyard, what makes you think you're going to make it on the fields?
Damn.
Like, golly, man. I go, this guy had me rolling out there, dude. But yeah, that was summer times were brutal. Cold, when the winter hit, kind of laid off. He would be inside, and there wasn't really much not to do because there was dead grass in the backyard. So, but summer times, woo, man. Jeez. Cabezón, levántate. I always just remember those words. I go, damn it, Dad.
Man, I think for me, dude, it's funny because. Like, my craziest memories is it was different from my mom and different from my dad. So I remember the weekends it's the same thing, dude. Like, I had no breaks, no nothing. You would think like, okay, we got to the school. Like, you weren't excited because you knew something was gonna happen throughout the weekend. So I will never forget Friday. We tried to step up. Yeah, he would get to stay up late. That's the only plus side. But Saturday morning, my mom would freaking be at it with the vacuum already in the hallway, all loud on purpose. Banging at the door, like on purpose, just to wake us up. And if we didn't wake up, she opened the door and started vacuuming our room while we're still asleep at 7 o'clock in the morning. And if that didn't wake us up, she'll hit us and be like, get up. And then my dad, right away, it seemed like he was cued in with the chainsaw. Cutting right there by the window, man. It was like I was stuck, bro, cornered. He's like, go help your dad outside. Go help him cut the trees. Go out there. I'm like, dude, it was brutal, man. That was Saturdays. So we were working with my dad some way, somehow, or cleaning with my mom. And Sundays, which is all day church, man, all day church. My dad was big on going to church. So Sunday, we went to kind of church where it was like a 4-hour service on Sundays. Mornings, we take a nap between 2 and 3:30, something like that, and back to church again at 5. It'd be 5 to 7:30, and that'd be my whole day Sunday. So I did that for years, man, growing up. So it was brutal, bro. But my dad's words were like Chavalillo and Cabezón. That was another one. But oh man, it was my parents are rough, dude.
So you think your kids will survive our child?
Oh hell no. Dude, kidding me? Generation doesn't even know nothing, man.
Dude, I tell my spouse, I go, it sucks because it sucks how they treat your kids different now.
Yeah.
It's up.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to discipline my kids. I take away their iPads. They're at home, no iPads, no YouTube, no TV. We go visit my mom and dad or grandma, grandpa, and they grab a tablet, and I tell them, hey, no tablet, you're grounded. Yeah, parents' house.
No, you tell your parents.
Oh, yeah, they're grounded. Hey, they're grounded. He goes, nah. He goes, this is my house. They're not grounded here. He goes, you're grounded. Get out of here. I go, what the
That reminds me.
I go, damn, Dad.
That's the same thing happened with my youngest daughter. I would let her spend some time with my parents because, they're grandparents now. Same thing, dude. I would tell her she's in trouble. She's not allowed to be on the computer, do this and that, eat snacks. Man, they give them whatever they want. Like, they go against your parenting things. And so it's all jacked up how you're trying to raise your kids. But, I mean, I get it, dude. And then this is like you start asking your parents, what was the energy of that?
Oh, yeah, I know.
When we were young. You're all hard on us.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, that and all of a sudden they're apologizing. Oh, sorry, mijo. That was so rough on you.
Rough.
Get out of here.
Shoot.
Anyway.
Can't wait for the summer. I'm going to be taking my kids to go rake the leaves out in the backyard now.
Because of you.
Because man. But yeah, dude, it was. Yeah. I remember that. And I remember what I do miss, though, every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday we had carne asada at my dad's house.
Ooh.
All my cousins and family would just get there.
Yeah.
That was one memory that.
So like a tradition, like.
Yeah, dude.
Was that more your dad's thing or your mom's
That
thing?
was my mom's side.
Okay.
But that's one thing I do miss, even to this day. Now we're very, very separated. I hardly see anybody anymore. like I said, but that was one memory that I will never forget. Is every Sunday we would have barbecue at my dad's house.
Nice.
Every Sunday.
I would say it's one thing about Latino community, man, or families, that we're all pretty close. You get one cousin, and then like you buy one cousin or uncle, and it seems like everybody shows up.
Yeah, but it just like I was thinking about it the other day. It's different now, man. That family bond, it's not really there, because I get it. My cousins started having kids, and my uncle started being grandpas and grandmas, and it's just that feeling of seeing my uncles every Sunday. Yeah. And, barbecuing, having the chicken ready, all marinated, ready for the next day. And that was one thing I was very excited about Sundays, dude, was barbecues. I mean, we had barbecue either at my dad's house or they were alternate with my other uncles. Yeah. That was really cool. That's one thing I miss, and I wish I could get that back. But I mean, eventually we're all grown now. Yeah. We're in our 30s now, and a lot of us already have kids, and they have busy lives. But that's one thing I wish we had back, is just having those early morning barbecues. I remember my uncle getting there like at 9:00, getting the grill ready, dude. Like,
nice.
But that's gone, man.
So speaking of, that's another thing I wanted to get into for Hispanic community or Hispanic families growing up. So let's talk about like our childhood meals and food we used to eat, even snacks. What's something that you remember as a kid that was like your go-to snack to growing up that you don't see anymore, or meals that your mom and dad would cook and you're like kind of forced to eat it type of thing?
Bro, I used to hear there's frijoles en la casa all the time. I go, damn.
Oh man,
I do it to my kids, but this is the thing, because
So your dad was like beans with everything.
My dad was just that there's food at the house.
But did he like make beans with everything?
He make
breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yes, beans and nopales. That was
a lie I didn't get past. Luckily, my dad wasn't like that. But I will tell you, it was butter and tortilla with everything. Like, that's all we had. There's tortillas, get some butter, you're good.
Dude. I mean, that was one of the things. Man. That was just tortillas and beans. I remember, dude, coming home and I would want McDonald's. There's comida en la casa. I go, God, we get there, fucking quesadillas. I go, come on, man, where's the protein at, man?
For real, we had health problems at freaking high school.
But now for my kids, luckily we switch our diets. We don't eat McDonald's, Burger King, none of that. So,
what was like your favorite? Do you remember like your favorite desserts and stuff growing up?
It was
did your mom and dad buy like pan dulce like every time?
It was pan dulce. It was
I think conchas. It was for everybody. Yeah,
the conchas are really good in the morning. I remember my mom making a hot chocolate.
Yep.
With man,
abuelita, that one.
Yeah, the abuelita. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. That's good. The one. That was really good. And
you remember like the little candies growing up? Did you ever get into like the Lucas? And
yeah. I probably have it in here in my body or somewhere, dude. Because man, those candies were. If you read the ingredients,
that's
I go, damn.
Or the little packets with the little lime.
The lime, yeah. The saladitos. Yeah, I used to call them that, but yeah. I used to put those on my oranges. Oh my God, they're good now. But there's a lot of things have changed. Times have changed, man. I mean, it's just.
I remember one thing I liked growing up. My dad used to always take us to Rite Aid before it's called Thrifty.
Yeah.
And they used to have the popsicles. Cream? Yeah, the ice popsicles where you get to pick the individuals.
Yeah.
And they were like $4 for $1 for like the pops and stuff. And man, that was the best, bro.
I used to love getting the cookies and cream. I mean,
the ice cream sandwiches.
The ice cream sandwiches. Oh, yeah. Oh man, those were really good.
Yeah, I agree.
But now by reading the ingredients, I stay away
from artificial. That's artificial.
Yeah. So, that's but true. Yeah, man, that was one thing. What was your go-to places as a kid?
What do you mean,
like where will your family get dressed for? Like you see them get dressed. Oh yeah, we're going somewhere, dude. Every time for us was going to the mall.
Dude, my dad was big on going to Walmart, bro.
Oh shit.
This is before Walmart was built in our hometown. We would drive 30 minutes to go to Walmart. That was my dad's thing. Let's go to Walmart, and then he'd always want to go to Rallies. That was a burger joint.
Okay, we used to go to a hometown buffet. That was our go-to spot. That was our go-to.
That was a treat, man. If we ever got to go there.
Yeah, I remember on Saturdays, the rare days that I didn't help my dad to do anything.
Yeah,
we would go to the mall, 30 minutes out.
Yeah,
go to the mall, then we go to hometown buffet.
Yeah,
then go food for less, get our groceries, and come back home.
Yeah,
that was like at least twice a month.
So that was spots. What about did your like when you would get in trouble? Did your dad or your mom would they still hit you like growing up? Do you remember?
Yeah, I got the belt, I got the chancla, I got the freaking.
But how like up to what age though? Like were you
Oh,
still getting hit?
that I think I got until about when I was about 10,
Dang, lucky.
because I remember my dad grabbing a clothes hanger.
Yeah.
And
That's when child laws didn't
dude,
exist.
I was like, what the hell?
You think about it now, I was like, damn, dude.
So he grabbed it, and I thought I go, man, I'm going to get it right here. But he stopped. He stopped. He goes, you know what? He goes, you're already too big for me to be hitting you.
At 10?
At 10. He goes, ponte las pilas. If not, he goes, I'm going to get you with this.
Damn.
I go, golly, dude.
Dude, I got some stories for you, man. I think the last time I got hit, I was a sophomore in high school.
Golly, dude.
Well, it was kind of my fault because I was bad on chasing tail back then. I had a girlfriend. I always did school. I mean, I think a lot of us would do that because we didn't have cell phones and stuff.
You got to understand, dude. If I was your dad, I'd be like, that's my mijo. Cheers, baby.
No, man.
Cheers.
My dad was big into church, dude, so everything we did was bad. But I had this girl I was with for a long time, and I remember I got caught ditching school with her, and dude, as soon as I got home, right away got the bell kit from work, and I'm gonna let me have it. I remember having marks all over my arms and stuff and legs, and going to high school still.
And you should have told me about tattoos.
But it was bad, man. But that's how it was, dude. Growing up, I think child labor laws definitely weren't existed back then with child protective services. And we try to threaten them, like when they started kicking in.
Cops.
My dad would always be like, "Go ahead, see what happens. Go ahead. You're the one coming back home with me."
Stop being a bitch and come on.
Yeah, it was brutal, man. My dad was tough, but he's a saint now. But it was bad, dude. My mom, we got homeschooled, me and my little brother, in 6th grade. My mom's way of teaching us like the streets was literally pulling out, and I'm forgetting my mom for this, but she pull out like a little knife, go to us, and like put it at her throat and be like, what are you gonna do if like somebody comes to you guys? This is what you need to do. Or she'd raise her hand with the freaking weapon. And one time I think God stopped her because she swung it and it broke the light chandelier in her house.
Golly, dude.
Oh man, but I mean it's funny now, but I remember little brother always used to talk about it. How she did stuff like that. We talk about it now, and then of course, what do they say? Oh, I'm sorry, mijo, I would do that to you. Like they say it like it's no big deal because time.
Hey, you know what? You should grab your daughter and do it in front of her and see what she says.
Oh, dude, I'll give him a heart attack. But man, that was life growing up, dude. Definitely had no freedom. My parents were super overprotective for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Especially my dad. He was very overprotective over me, especially because I was the one that was mostly had a girlfriend already. His whole thing was like worried about getting her pregnant or stuff like that. You know,
right.
I never had a chance to come over with her or anything, dude. So I was always sneaking out to see her in high school. So it was bad, man.
I was very mellow. I didn't really go out. I did go out Fridays in high school, Saturdays, but it wasn't a constant thing, man.
Did you cause problems like in high school? Like you didn't get trouble for anything?
I know I had girlfriends here and there, but I kept it on the low. I made sure no one knew about it. You know, I would go do my thing and come back home and nothing happened.
I just think I was like that because I didn't have freedom, man. So I think any kids or people like can probably relate to this that had parents that were very overprotective. I mean, we had to sneak out to do stuff. I mean, that's how it was. And then we knew we were going to get caught. We knew we were going to get hit or whatever, however style our mom and dad decided to whip us. But that's how it was, man. Because cell phones didn't really come out until I think my senior year at the time. I was back in freaking 2000s, so early 2000s. So it's just nothing really came out yet. Now the kids have it made, dude. There were cell phones.
They give you cell phones for free now. What the?
Yeah, but growing up was rough, man.
Yeah, I didn't have no issues. The problem that had the girls that I would see, they had the issues getting out of the house. Me, not me. I just go roll up there. All right, ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so then what about let's talk about, was there anything that you really, really wanted as a kid that you never got? Or
I got it now. I got it now.
Is it like there's like one thing that you remember? Wanting asking your mom or dad?
Back in 1995.
Damn.
I was a kid, dude. I think it was 95. When the Toy Story?
Okay.
I think it was 95. Yeah, I think it was 95. Yeah, that was
Sounds about right.
Yeah. 95, 90. Yeah, around there. Yeah, anyhow, I was that Buzz Lightyear toy that I wanted, dude.
Okay.
But I mean, at the time it was very expensive.
Yeah.
But I got it now.
To infinity.
No, but like, what happened? You were asking your dad about it when you were a
Yeah,
kid?
it's just me. The way I saw things as a kid was like, do I really need it, or
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't big on, not even in video games either.
Whoa.
I remember one Christmas, my dad bought me a Nintendo 64.
Dang.
Dude, I only had 3 games, and I played those games like for a good 2 months, and I
Yeah.
got bored of. I mean, I was fed up with the 64, dude.
That was big.
I still have it, but I mean, dude, it still looks brand new.
You still have it?
Still have it.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I still have it with the games and everything, dude. But I wasn't big on like, oh, I need to have it. No, my sister would say, oh, he was spoiled. No, it was not my fault because my dad. If it was my parents buying me, though, that's not my parents. I'm
Yeah.
just a kid, But
Yeah.
something that I really, really wanted was that Buzz Lightyear. But now I have it. So,
No, but they never got it for you growing up?
well, they did, but they got me the
Generic?
the cheaper one.
The booze Lightyear?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was it was that, and the 64. The only reason I got it because all my cousins got it, and we're thinking about sharing games and all that.
Dude, anytime I remember having friends that had 64s or anything like that, because I never got something like that. The highest I think we got was the Super Nintendo. Man, me and my brother used to play that thing like crazy. But anybody who had 64, I would go over their house and play their games.
Yeah, because they had 4 players.
I know, and it was
real.
tight, man. I was really hooked on video games growing up. What about like shoes and clothes and stuff?
Oh, it was
especially
Jordans.
like in high school.
It was Jordans, bro.
Are you serious?
Those Jordans. I remember.
Dang, it sounds like you got taken care of pretty well.
Well, I would get. Well, you got to understand, the Jordans weren't that expensive back then.
Well, I didn't even know what the hell a Jordan was back then. Anyway,
I remember getting my mom always wanted me to get Nikes or Jordans.
damn.
And I remember going to Mervin's because they had a bunch of sales there, dude. And I remember getting Jordans.
Marvin's, I remember Montgomery Ward's.
Yeah,
those are another
JCPenney.
ones. Sears.
Oh, yeah,
JCPenney's,
JCPenney. Yeah.
Those are big ones.
And when I was a kid, I remember going to those stores, and my mom, she looked for bargains, man. I mean, for name brand Nikes, Jordans. I mean, I had it, but it was one pair per year. So I had to choose wisely, dude. So
that was me for sure. I think I had like a $35 cap on shoes once a year, if anything. So I was getting smarter over time, dude. I knew my mom was like, it's only going to spend $35 on shoes.
Oh, wow.
And she'd take to, that's when Big Five Sporting Goods is still back then. And we'd go there, and they used to have Nikes and stuff back there. And I would still try to see which ones I'd pick are the best that nobody's going to make fun of,
Right.
So I get smart, man. I would see the ones on sale. I'm like, yes, I can get these around under $35 or whatever.
I remember doing taxes, and dude, my mom goes, all right, well, I'm do my taxes and we'll go shopping.
Dang.
And then that's where we went. But it was just, the shoes she would always go for the Nikes and Jordans. Like, that was one thing about my mom that she would buy me and my sister was Nikes and Jordans.
Yeah, man.
That was in elementary. But as a high school, I started buying just like Converse.
Did you work in high school or no?
You know what? No, I didn't.
It was hard to find a
Yeah.
job.
Oh, yeah. Now they're just giving out jobs left and man.
I remember growing up, it was hardly any stores around. And then our schools were overpopulated.
Yeah.
So everybody was taking up the jobs. I mean, it was hard to find work if you wanted to make
But
some
now
money.
it's just,
It's easy now.
It's easy now.
In high school for me, man, growing up for the clothes and shoes, dude, I didn't get anything, man. I remember having the same backpack all 4 years, and that was because I had a friend at the time who had really nice things. So he would always hand me down his stuff, and he was big on Tommy Hilfiger back then.
Okay.
I remember I had a Tommy Hilfiger backpack that he gave me, dude. I cherished that thing. It was white, blue, and red. It was nice.
Oh, nice.
And I remember rocking that thing all the time. And he'd like pass down any like Tommy Hilfiger because Tommy Hilfiger back then was like, super expensive.
Yeah.
Like you buy from Macy's or whatever.
Right.
But dude, God forbid if I ever asked my mom and dad for any like new clothes or anything, jackets. I mean, they hardly got me anything. And I tell my mom now, like, you guys hardly give me anything growing up. My mom's always was like, well, you're spoiled. I was like, are you kidding me?
Spoiled?
Dude, I don't know what their definition of spoiled is. Like, they make it seem like they gave you the world, but they did it, man. Between us and my 3 brothers, 4 of us, there's no way in hell they'd spoiled me. So life was a little bit different for me back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. And for high school, it's a little different. I did get a little more clothes, but it wasn't like something I wanted because I know at the time Sean John was very popular.
Big on Sean John.
Yeah, so
I actually used to get my clothes at the garment district because everything was discounted over there in LA. That's where I would get my Sean John stuff in high school. So every time I had birthday money, that's where I wanted to go. I'll tell my dad to take us, and he would take us out there, and out there, the garment district. That's where I would get all my nice brand clothes because everything was a lot cheaper.
Damn. Well, that's smart.
But yeah, I remember my buddy was into Fubu.
Oh, Fubu, yeah, Fubu.
And then I was into
Fat Farm.
Fat Farm, and then I was into Sean John. So that's kind of how I ended up with that. I mean, did you have like friends growing up? As far as like, did you have like a neighbor, best friend, somebody that you hung out with as a kid?
I did his name was Paul.
Okay.
We were hanging out because I used to have a basketball court at my dad's house.
Was he like a neighbor? School
He was
friend?
he was a neighbor.
Okay.
He was a neighbor. He was a year or 2 years, a year younger than me. But yeah, every day after school, I will finish my homework. He'll be there playing basketball with me every day. Wow. So that's one childhood memory that I will never forget, was him coming over the house every day, dude.
Can you remember how until like what point did he like you guys?
I think as soon as we hit it was high school, because I went to a different high school. He went to a different high school as well. So
okay.
So he started hanging out with his crew, and then I started hanging out with mine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So now those are good old days.
Yeah, I think I had a in elementary. It's hard to remember that far back, but I always just had like a one go-to friend. They moved on. I remember moving out somewhere far, and then me and my parents went to church a lot, so I would always have a friend from church, and that's how I met one of my friends, because I play music, so I met him through music, and then we played together. And then in high school, I met another buddy who played music. And so it was like kind of like the three of us for the longest time, even though he went to a different school, different city. Me and the friend that played music as well went to the same school. So we kind of got tight. But I always had like little friends here and there, guys who played sports, guys who had money, didn't have money. Right. It was just, I think I was just more socialized. I began to get more socialized in high school. I just kind of had a branch of different people that I knew, but I had like one go-to friend that hung out. I think it was mostly just the musician guys. So, but yeah, elementary, it was always like somebody from church, man. My mom never let me go to. That's another thing. She never let me spend the night, or my dad would spend the night at anybody's house. So everybody had to come over to my house. So my house was like the place everybody would come over. So then, so that people from church would come over. We had to spend the night. We'd just make activities in the living room, build little tunnels and stuff with the blankets and the pillows. You remember those days? Or we stack mattresses, and we had like a little trampoline. You run and jump and then land on the trampoline under the mattresses. That was fun back then.
Favorite movie growing up as a kid?
Ooh.
Or favorite movies?
I think one that rings a bell right now is, do you remember The Sandlot?
Oh, yeah. That one. That was a classic.
Sandlot. Is there anything ringing a bell for you?
For me, Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, dude. All of them.
Teenage Mutant, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one.
Yeah. I think Toy Story, you brought up
Toy Story, yeah. Toy Story. I mean, man, those were classic movies, dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of good ones, man. I think anything Disney back then was cool.
That was when the animation Pixar was
starting to
kick in. And so, yeah, but Back to the Future was definitely, even to this day, I still watch it.
To this day!
I love that. I love that movie, man. Yeah. All three. I mean, it's just, it's just times have changed, man. Yeah, I even got my kids watching to that. I have my kids. Man, I wish I grew up back then.
Yeah,
because we had legit badass McDonald's toys, man. When we ordering them, now they give you all stupid ass toys
like paper.
Paper, dude. Like what the?
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, but my kids always say, "Man, I wish I grew up in your era." Man, I mean, it's true, you know. And then I used to collect cards too, and Pogs. Remember Pogs?
Oh yeah, dude, I was big on Pogs.
Yeah, Pogs,
marbles.
Yeah, marbles too.
Yeah, that was the outdoor activity that we did. I remember growing up. I remember another elementary sport was tetherball.
Tetherball. Yeah.
That was big. I think they're bringing it back now for some of the kids, but I remember growing up, I was into that. I think it was marbles, is the Pogs. With the slammers.
Yeah, the slammers. And I used to collect basketball, football cards.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to collect all that, dude. I mean, it was some good old times, man. I mean.
Those are good old days.
Good old days, man. I mean.
Yeah, so, I mean, we like to definitely hear from what you guys experienced growing up as a kid. I know there's a lot. Probably you guys remember how your mom was, your dad was growing up as a kid. We definitely like to hear your guys' stories and you want to write us separately, cool, chime in.
Chime in or send us a DM.
Yeah. And now that we're excited that we're on Spotify and all the other podcast platforms, you guys can comment on there if you'd like to hear the audio version of it when you guys are driving. Feel free to write. I would definitely like to hear what you guys' childhood memories would be as a kid growing up, especially in the Hispanic community. And if you're not in a Hispanic community, I mean, anything in your culture that you want to share, that we'd like to definitely know what traditional things that your parents did as a kid growing up. But I don't know if you want to add anything else, man. I think we kind of...
No, we covered, I mean, all my childhood.
We could probably talk about this all day.
Yeah.
But we'll kind of keep it short. I know it's a little bit longer than usual, but we appreciate you guys watching in. This will be episode 8. And thank you guys for the ones that have been watching, the ones that have been liking our videos. It means a lot, guys. Thank you for... we mentioned that we were now on Spotify, so we're excited for that. We try to branch out as much as we can, give everybody options to listen to our podcasts. I know it's hard sometimes to watch videos on TikToks and YouTube, and while you're working, usually you want to just be able to play the audio. So we have iHeartRadio, we have Spotify, and all the other audio podcast platforms now that we're on there. So just search Elevated Mindcast, and every Monday and Thursday we'll have new episodes for all the other platforms. Everything will be uploaded on there as well. So until next time, guys, we appreciate you. I am AJ.
My name is Nick. Sky to the sea,
Sky
baby.
to the sea. Until next time. Thanks, guys.